Ever seen a character flip personalities more often than a pancake in a cooking show disaster? It's only possible in the gloriously unfiltered universe of South Park, where Cartman's bipolar tendencies might be the most stable thing in this town. If you thought Cartman's emotional range was limited to rage and more rage, we're about to crack that nut wide open. Hold on to your hella sweet hats as we navigate the waters of South Park, where even mental health gets a dose of irreverence. Before we delve in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our growing YouTube family. Number 10. The Incredible Hulk. In a South Park episode, the group's Halloween celebration took a funny turn as they chose to wear costumes based on the Avengers. Among them, Cartman changed into none other than the powerful and green-skinned Incredible Hulk.
No, not Chaz Bono! Do you see my skin? I'm green!
The Incredible Harvey Firestein?
No, Harvey Firestein's just gay and fat, honey. He's not green.
The person I'm dressed at is not fat and not gay!
The scene was set for laughter when a case of mistaken identity caused people to confuse him with popular figures Honey Boo Boo and Bruce Vilanch. But what really angered Cartman was being linked to these odd comparisons. The mix-up triggered his inner Hulk, unleashing a storm of anger reminiscent of the Hulk's famous smashing behavior. With a burst of Hulk-like fury, Cartman shifted his focus to a more urgent issue: thieves trying to steal from a red box vending machine. Here, the story takes an unforeseen but humorous twist. The Avengers, including Cartman as Hulk, bravely confronted the thieves, expecting an epic showdown. However, as the situation unfolded, it became clear that their intentions might have led them down a hilariously mistaken path. The once heroic confrontation turned into a chaotic encounter.
Dude, please. This is my best friend's iPad. No! Okay. Their names are Bruce, Tony, and Kurt.
Hey, one of them dropped this!
Number 9. Gandalf. In The Return of the Fellowship of the Ring to the Two Towers, Cartman and his pals found themselves swept up in a grand adventure. Inspired by watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy, they set off on a quest with a humorous twist. A funny mix-up occurred when Randy and Sharon, Cartman's parents, accidentally put an explicit adult movie inside the DVD case of the revered Lord of the Rings films. Confronted with this amusing situation, Randy came up with a clever idea that had Cartman take on the role of respected Gandalf. Embracing his new position, Cartman shouldered the responsibility of leading his friends on a mission to recover the lost video and bring back order to their movie experience.
Whoa, what are you doing? The Queen and King of Stan's house wish the Lord of the Rings returned to them. But it's the greatest movie I've ever seen. You guys were right. Lord of the Rings is awesome. You have to let me finish watching it.
Nay, Butters. The one tape must be brought back to Stan's house.
Number 8. The dwarf character from World of Warcraft. The South Park episode named Make Love Not Warcraft placed Cartman and his buddies in the captivating realm of World of Warcraft. Their deep dive into this online universe was marked by a disturbing realization. A malicious and mysterious player had taken control, causing chaos by ruthlessly attacking vulnerable characters in the game. Intent on stopping this virtual dictatorship, Cartman, adopting the identity of his dwarf character, shouldered the task of planning a clever and daring counteroffensive.
Scroll over him with your mouse cursors! And right-click! What the? Oh, Jesus, he summoned scorpions!
Teaming up with his pals Stan, Kyle, and Kenny, Cartman created a clever strategy to dismantle the oppressive player's rule. Number 7. Jennifer Lopez. In a funny turn of events, Cartman's classroom project takes an unforeseen path in an episode centered around diversity in the arts. Tasked with presenting on this subject, Cartman delivers a memorable ventriloquist performance. His hand assumes the role of none other than the Latin recording sensation Jennifer Lopez.
My name is Jennifer Lopez. I eat tacos y burritos.
Miss Lopez, would you like to talk about Latinos in the arts?
Oh, si. But first, I would like to put on my pretty dress.
To everyone's surprise, Cartman's act is so convincing that even judges and celebrities, including J-Lo's then-partner Ben Affleck, are completely persuaded that Cartman's hand is the real Jennifer Lopez. Consequently, the entertainment industry becomes captivated by Miss Lopez, favoring her over the actual pop star. Without Jennifer Lopez's knowledge, her career takes an unexpected downturn, and she is overshadowed by Cartman's puppetry talent. Jennifer's frustration reaches its zenith, and she decides to confront Miss Lopez to reclaim her position. To everyone's shock, Cartman unveils that Miss Lopez is in reality a skilled imposter named Mitch Connor. This revelation triggers a series of events that ends with Connor's dramatic downfall, leaving Jennifer Lopez's career in ruins. As a result, she finds herself in the unfortunate situation of working at a La Taco restaurant while navigating the challenges of probation. Number 6. Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. In a storyline resembling real-world unease, the male residents of South Park discover themselves consumed by suspicions that the UPS delivery man is engaged in affairs with their wives.
What are you?
You should have left our wives alone. Now let's go for a drive.
Embracing the idea of taking the law into their own hands, they come together and adopt the identity of Bane from The Dark Knight Rises to scare the perceived threat away from the town. However, Cartman understands the shortcomings of his current security system, especially when it comes to protecting his own mother. Recognizing the ineffectiveness of the security measures currently in place, Cartman comes up with an innovative solution. Assuming the role of Bane, he takes matters into his own hands to address the perceived threat. Quoting Bane's famous words, "It doesn't matter who we are, what matters is our plan," Cartman uses his creativity to confront the situation directly. Number 5. The Coon. The Coon, a recurring character in the South Park series, becomes a notable alter ego for Cartman. His first appearance as the Coon happens in Season 13, Episode 2, The Coon. Here, Cartman takes on the identity of the Coon, a self-proclaimed vigilante who becomes a crime-fighting presence in South Park. The Coon returns in Season 14, particularly in the episode Coon 2 Hindsight.
Let her go!
Excuse me?
You aren't raping anyone tonight.
Oh, it's a talking squirrel.
Ah!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Get out of here! Get to safety!
Oh!
In this episode, Cartman teams up with other made-up characters to create Coon and Friends, an improvised superhero group. They aspire to become the world's greatest superheroes, but they are consistently overshadowed by Captain Hindsight, a character whose abilities solely involve suggesting hindsight-based solutions to prevent disasters.
What news do you have?
There's some graffiti on the bridge again. I think those 6th grade kids are doing it. And the guy at the movie theater is harassing Mexicans again.
We'll get right on it, Mysterion. Thank you.
The story takes an odd twist as Cartman's control over the dark entity Cthulhu leads to an unforeseen event. Seeking revenge after being left out of the group, Cartman, as the Coon, releases Cthulhu, accidentally triggering a series of events that result in chaos. Number 4. Edward Snowden. South Park's ability to remain connected to current events became evident when they addressed the NSA controversy. In a timely story, creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone integrated Eric Cartman into the realm of government surveillance.
The government is keeping tabs on me! This is war, bro! Forget the rally! We have to go hardcore!
Like what?
Alright, listen. I'm gonna get a job at the NSA, and then I'm gonna put all their secrets up on...
Believing that Kyle is secretly collaborating with the NSA to spy on him, Cartman devises a bold scheme to penetrate the agency's system. He applies for a job to reveal the entire operation. As Cartman dives deeper into his task, he discovers a surprising revelation.
Cartman? Yeah, we tracked him for a little bit, but Central Computer designated his status as fat and unimportant.
The NSA has categorized him as overweight and insignificant. In a clever twist of satire, Cartman uncovers the origin of the agency's data collecting expertise, none other than Santa Claus himself. The government employs Santa's watchful gaze to monitor citizens' actions, distinguishing potential threats from others. Number 3. Jim Cramer. In an episode, Stan joins Facebook due to peer pressure. On the other hand, Cartman seizes the chance by taking on the enthusiastic role of Jim Cramer from Mad Money. Adding his own touch, Cartman starts the Mad Friends web podcast, giving advice to fellow kids about making and breaking friendships online.
Everyone to Casa Bonita. If you don't have Clyde as a friend, you're gonna want to add him because Clyde's numbers are about to go way up. And now word on the street.
Word on the street.
With his usual style, Cartman begins each episode with a trademark line. "Hey there, Cartman's fellow Facebook users. My goal is simple. Help you make more friends." Using his unique perspective, he analyzes the worth of each student in their grade, considering the gender factor, awarding higher points to girl friends compared to guy friends. Number 2. Glenn Beck. In Dances with Smurfs, Cartman's devious nature takes the spotlight as he maneuvers to become the student in charge of morning announcements. The opportunity arises following the accidental death of the previous announcer, a case of mistaken identity that Cartman seizes upon.
Due to painting. All students in band or choir will meet in the gymnasium instead. So now the school is using money to paint the music room. How old and outdated is our playground equipment? What other school has a 15-year-old merry-go-round on it?
His newfound role triggers a campaign to remove Wendy Testaberger, the student body president, from office. Cartman becomes convinced of her alleged sinister plan to eliminate the Smurf population. As the story unfolds, Cartman undergoes a significant change, transforming into none other than Glenn Beck, a polarizing conservative commentator known for his contentious shows. Adopting a persona eerily reminiscent of Beck's, Cartman hosts his own show, EC, and publishes a book titled What Happened to My School? In a clever twist, he asserts that his documentary called Dances with Smurfs was copied by James Cameron for the plot of the movie Avatar. Number 1. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Cartman's tendency to assert his authority reaches its peak in an episode titled Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy. Bestowed with the prestigious role of hall monitor at school, Cartman's newfound power inflates his ego, lending him down an unforeseen path. Drawing inspiration from the real-life figure Dog the Bounty Hunter, Cartman embraces this larger-than-life persona and arms himself with a substantial amount of bear spray, ready to step into the role of an unwavering enforcer. In his pursuit of order and discipline, Cartman channels his inner Dog the Bounty Hunter.
You can't just push me up against the... I'm the dog, the big bad...
Vowing to put an end to a romantic affair between a student and a teacher that's causing chaos within the school. As he takes on this vigilante persona, Cartman's transformation is complete, and his demand for respect becomes an unwavering mantra. His iconic declaration, "Respect my authority," stands as a clear warning to anyone who dares to challenge his newfound dominance. He wields his authority with full force against those who oppose him. So, what is the Cartman persona you loved the most? Tell us in the comments sections. Thanks for watching.